Hello everyone, this is HotSD here, and today we are going to be reacting to a new nostalgia critic. You guys really liked my reaction to his Last Jedi review, and you guys wanted me to keep on going with these reactions, and I honestly really enjoy the nostalgia critic a lot. I've been a fan of his for years now, so it's a good chance that I've seen a video of his before. So I am probably not going to react to his old stuff, but I'm only going to be reacting to the new stuff. Those are the ones I definitely have not seen. But his old stuff I have, more than likely, I have seen it. But if there's one out there that I haven't seen before, shockingly, I might watch it. To be honest, I might. This is basically something to calm me down before Movie Volume 5 Chapter 12 Saturday. I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to the newest episode of Movie Volume 5. We're getting close to the end of that volume, which is kind of sad, and also I've been reacting to... Now the new schedule is, at least before Volume 6 comes around, is going to begin on the 22nd of January. That's going to be my One Punch Man Episode 1 reaction. And then Wednesday, I'm going to be reacting, I believe it was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And then Friday, it will be Fullmetal Alchemist, and Saturdays will be Nostalgia Critics. It's gonna be a really packed schedule, especially when more stuff comes out. When Ruby comes back, though, for Volume 6, I will put everything on hiatus so I can actually, because my channel is basically Ruby. It's basically Ruby. That's all it is right now, at least, because that's what I want my channel to focus on. So this is something to have some content out besides for my AMVs, which I am working on my newest AMV, Phoenix. That's going to be coming out on February 1st. From now on, all AMVs are going to be coming on the 1st of every month. And if you join the Discord, you can watch it a week earlier than that one else. So the next AMV for Discord users will be coming out on the 25th of January. And I'm having a lot of fun with this one. This one is really fun to do. It's a little bit more action-paced, fast-paced. It's a little bit more fast-paced, and I'm really enjoying it so far. There might be some things I might want to change from here on out, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, this is the new Nostalgia Critic, and it's Mars Attacks. Now, I have heard of this film, but I have never seen it. I know there's tons of celebrities in here, like tons and tons and tons. I have never gotten around to see this film. Never. I never have. So I'm interested to see what Doug has to say about this one. There might not be a lot of pausing in this one compared to the last one. Because I have seen, I was able to talk about it a little bit more, so I was able to pause it at some points. Here, may not be so much, to be honest. Now, I'm wondering if he's going to be doing skits, or is he going to be doing video footage from the film, because Doug does do that at times. So, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play.
This episode brought to you by Stardust,
Yep,
fans sharing
Stardust,
video reactions to movies, TV, and trailers.
These intros are so good, dude. I swear, they're awesome. Hello.
I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember? So you don't have to. Tim Burton has gone from one of the world's most unique directors to one of the world's most commercial directors. You know what? Just put someone in black eye makeup and we'll see if it's But believe it or not, there was a long period of time where Tim Burton kinda had the golden touch.
Really?
From financial hits like Beetlejuice and Edward Scissorhands to critical hits like Ed Wood and Nightmare Before Christmas, his biggest disaster at the time was his blockbuster hits didn't always lend their ways to Happy Meal toys.
What the fuck?
But every long line of success has its Mars Attacks. Tim Burton's was Mars Attacks.
Wow. I'm interested to see what
Burton
this
did
one.
make other good movies after this one, and not all his previous films pleased everybody. This was the first film that got people asking, what is he thinking sometimes? The trailers, at first, seem really funny, with cartoonish effects, a humorously large
Yeah, and the
cast,
cartoonish effects
and
look a
never left
little
out,
bit outdated now, to be honest. It looks really bad.
It's not unusual to be loved.
Oh,
It
shit.
also came on the heels of Independence Day, so people thought it might be a satire of that. Not realizing that Independence Day was already supposed to be bad.
Hey, I like the film.
Right? It looked
That was the
goofy and
one
enjoyable
review I
enough, but
really
it was both a
didn't like
critical
about
and
him. Was
box
his
office
Independence
flop.
Day review.
The Billy Crystal made fun of it
That
in
was the one I
song
really
at the
disagreed with
Oscars,
him.
telling Jack Nicholson,
Sit back and relax. Forget about Mars attacks.
That's funny.
However, it's getting a following as one of those uniquely immature dark films like Death to Smoochie or Bad Taste.
Oh, I just realized my
Not
Blue
bad,
Yeti microphone.
Just secretly inspired?
Oops.
Or is it bad, just bad in all the right ways? Well, I'm here to see if it's
Oh, well.
actually worth any of that recognition. Is it brilliantly childish or childishly childish?
What is
Let's take a look with Tim Burton's secretly brilliant blunder? Mars Attacks. So it sets its tone
sorry,
quite
I'm just
clearly
gonna
with
get
its
rid of
first
it
big
for now, because I
hilarious
messed
joke.
up.
Cows on fire!
Why? Why is that the first thing?
This is clearly a much better Happy Meal tie-in. After that, we get a pretty
can see them
kick-ass
doing that.
opening with one of Danny Elfman's most catchy and somehow
That rat
threatening
was in
themes.
this?
Though for such a visually
Why are
pleasing
they so
introduction,
trying so
couldn't they
hard?
make the Earth a little bit more centered with the credits? My OCD
Yeah, that is
Unless,
really
of course,
bad.
it's standing in a symmetrical pattern. Flying saucers from Mars line up around the Earth,
Wow,
getting
those
the attention
CGI
of
looks
President Jack
really
Nicholson.
bad.
And yeah, I know all these characters have other names, but with these many celebrities, are you really gonna call Jack Nicholson Dale?
No,
Or Natalie Portman
what?
as Taffy? Or completely pointless double performance as Jack We Love You, but what are you doing? What are you doing?
Galaxy's gonna be the best hotel in Vegas.
Uh,
Best.
Yeah, not only does Nicholson play the president, he also plays
What?
a hotshot tycoon in Vegas, and
One over at the roulette. Play our anniversary. Stay off the black.
this is one of those
did any
films.
of that make you laugh? Because that's
No.
basically all it is. I wonder if they just
Yay.
came on set blind, drunk,
This is
dressed
gonna be a
like that, and
planning
they
action,
were like,
isn't
you know
it?
what,
This is
shoot a
talking
few
about what
scenes.
the hell
Jack
is going
Black
on.
isn't a thing yet, so we have to convince people there's more celebrities in here than they think. And yes, that's Annette Bening as his wife. She's kind of a new age hippie flower child, and if you took out her being married to Jack Nicholson, you'd miss. Honestly, I have no idea. It doesn't add anything, and half the time I have to remind myself she's even married to him.
Ouch.
Though it would have been a lot more powerful if they left this scene in. But Nicholson is interrupted by Nicholson to tell the world about the Martians.
And our world will never feel quite the same again.
Oh look, his daughter wears black over her bed because Lydia.
Movie.
Next we have talk show host Sarah Jessica Parker, who's dating news
She's
anchor Michael
familiar.
J.
I think I've seen her before, and I don't want to remember.
We should have got that guy.
Well, I can't help it if your people are too slow.
She's just in a weird mood because her Sex and the City survey said she was Samantha. She is clearly a Steve Brady. Next, we have Lucas Haas, Jack Black, Joe Don Baker, Christina Applegate, the agent from Beetlejuice, and the lady with curlers from Edward Scissorhands. Surprisingly doing nothing of interest.
Really?
You think putting such a strange combo together,
Jack
something
Black is
interesting would happen
Jack
by
Black with
accident?
different hair.
But look, Lucas Haas really likes donuts.
Hey, Ma, you want a donut? You made the international sign of the donut. If you need anything, any donuts or anything, give me a call, all right?
This will be his arc.
Really?
Greer is a bus driver who has trouble keeping track of her kids, while her ex-husband, Jim Brown, is an
Why
ex-fighter
is
now
he
working in
wearing
Vegas.
Egyptian
And if you're
outfits?
wondering what he does in Vegas, I honestly have no clue. He just walks around in this pharaoh costume.
Why?
Is ex-fighters doing that as a draw? Again, let's see if anything of interest is happening.
Hey, Dad.
Who's that? Neville?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Man, give it back.
Leave me alone.
Not even by mistake. Will Martin Short hitting on hookers make for some good comedy?
The stress at work is unbelievable.
Guess not. How are so many strange and colorful people led by a strange and colorful person turning out to be such bland and colorless toothpicks? Mathematically, it
This is
doesn't
gonna be
seem
a long
possible.
video, isn't it?
Okay, here we go. The Martians
Oh,
interrupt
God.
Parker's TV show with Pierce Brosnan. Oh, and Pierce Brosnan's in this. Is he interesting?
No.
Maybe they can tell us about our universe. How it started. Where it's going.
No. On to the Martians.
I'm not gonna have that thing in my house.
Oh, and Glenn Close is the first lady. God, there's a lot of wasted talent in this. What's her one note?
Well, they're not gonna eat off the vampire in China.
Well, it's no donut arc, bud. The Martians at first seemed to be the best part of the movie, with their funny design and unbelievably bizarre language. But you'll find even that wears thin after a while. For now, though, they're a lot more entertaining than the human characters. Even the study of them produces some enjoyably surreal humor.
I've been refining a translating computer.
All green of skin. Dark is the suede that mows like
What is up with that pipe? Why?
What the hell does that mean?
And for the record, we never do find out what that means.
What?
I am strangely okay with that. It's like adding logic to the room, just something should never be explained. But others should, like why are Martin Short and Michael J. Fox doing nothing funny?
If the Martians land, will the press have access? Can we do interviews?
We'd have to establish contact,
Seriously?
work out whatever communication problems, and then I guess we just see what happens.
Why does this scene even exist?
Why?
Is it to build up that Michael J. Fox is gonna do interviews with the Martians? I guess that can be funny. Is it just for this one throwaway joke?
Yep.
Martians have two sexes, like we do.
Must not laugh. Must not justify pointlessness. Oh, this'll get the comedy back on track.
I got this chump owes me a lot of money, needs a wake-up call.
Oh.
What I'd like for you to do is use that
Can we
patented left
cut?
hook on him.
Please? Try to make it funny at least? No?
Finally, the Martians seem to be landing. Well, good. We can finally see
Wow, that was
these
bad.
hilarious characters.
Wow.
Or we could give them a podcast. I know they only say one word, but honestly, I still think it'd be more entertaining.
Oh,
Martians
God.
land, and using their translator, they try to communicate.
we come in peace.
But the Martians see a
Who are
released
you?
dove and start firing on everyone.
Jesus.
Okay, we've been spending 40 minutes building up these boring characters, but finally we're gonna utilize them. They're gonna interact with the Martians.
Nope.
But Jack Black's dummy soldier is about to attack. Is he gonna kick their asses, or find out he surprisingly gets along with them, or...
I surrender!
Wow.
Or just dies? And okay, cool. Playing with expectations, I guess.
Thanks.
All right, Michael J. Fox is heading towards them. Is he gonna try and do an interview with
Nope.
them, or exploit them in some way, or...
No.
Just dies as well? Okay, really?
Why?
Sarah Jessica Parker. Okay, well, does she give him fashion advice, or compare pets, or...
What the fuck?
Well, at least she's still alive. I never thought I'd say that in a joyful sense about any of these characters, but at least it's another alternative to just dying. Okay, so the first couple of character interactions with the Martians weren't that funny. We at least get a few cool set pieces, like this B-movie autopsy lab, or this Dr. Strangelove-style war room. It's just a shame nobody's saying anything funny in them.
Notice the highly developed cranial nerve system here. This explains, of course.
Now, honestly, that alien looks so incredibly fake.
Actual autopsy would be more funny than this. Okay, Tim, you got to film in some of these sets you thought were so cool as a kid. Can you actually entertain us now?
Nope.
But the Martians, come on, they were pretty funny, right? They still gotta get a few laughs.
Jesus.
Well, I'm sick of their voices now. At first it was kind of funny, but then they go Star Wars Holiday Special and have it be the one sound we ever hear out of them, and there's no goddamn subtitles! Oh, let me guess. Ack, ack? You sure this wasn't a troll movie?
It
But
was.
it's cool. We have a ton of
We know it
other
actually be
hilarious
bad and
stuff,
so good.
like Annette Bening's deep social
This is
commentary.
this bad.
The human race doesn't deserve to live.
An ex-husband and ex-wife still pointlessly being an ex-husband and ex-wife. Hey.
I love you too, Byron.
And a funeral! Whee!
Yay. I suppose. Okay, this is where I'm gonna pause, like, during the break, so I'm gonna give my first thoughts on this film. What the fuck? Like, no, really. what in the hell is happening right now in this film? Like, I honestly don't understand of what Tim Burton's process was with this film. Or maybe with every scene that is probably not good or not funny, maybe you should probably reshoot it? Maybe? Maybe? I wonder, like, what every take was. Maybe it was, like, it was so unpleasantly funny, he was just like, screw it, let's just... Even though these are great... You know, no, these celebrities have done funny stuff before, let's mess them all up. Progress? I don't see... Why? Why even bother having them here in the first place when they're just gonna be pleasantly bored or just die right off the gate for no apparent reason? What's the point in all this? Thankfully we got only 11 minutes left of this film. Oh god. Thankfully, let's get rid of the Stardust stuff. Get rid of that because we don't need that here. Jeremy. Really quick here. I think that'll be a good place to start.
You can be in the next Nostalgia Critic.
Hey.
So the White House thinks the Martians misinterpreted the dove as a sign of war, so they decided to meet up again in front of Congress. Again, this could be funny, the politicians trying to convince them to join a side, pushing their political beliefs on them. There's some enjoyable possibilities here.
Or they just kill them right off! Oh right!
Wrong. It is a little funny that absolutely nothing provokes them this time, and the exact same thing happens. I get it. And trust me, this would be hilarious if the exact same thing didn't happen throughout the rest of the goddamn movie. Yeah, this is pretty much just the rest of the film. Why dedicate so much time to these boring characters if you're just gonna do the same thing to them over and over and over? Yet somehow it's still not as funny as what's really going on in Congress. They take Pierce Brosnan this time, and seeing what they do with Parker in her head, at least there's hope that something interesting will be done with him. Or you can do less than what you did with her. Just take the head off and stop. Brilliant. Yes, don't put it on anything, don't morph it or change it, just stop. I'm sure they did it so they could get out this amazing knee slapper.
This is terribly frustrating, I'm just not feeling myself.
You know, there's pushing the envelope and then there's taking the envelope back, peeling off the stamp, and then neatly putting the envelope back in a drawer. This does that. President Nicholson argues with General Rod Steiger about what to do.
Start a war.
We have to strike now, sir. Annihilate, kill, kill.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
You will believe chilling drama can come from Mars attacks.
Yay.
There was a pretty creative joke involving one of the Martians sneaking in dressed as a human played by Lisa Marie. Not only is it funny how obvious it is, but it's even funnier seeing how nobody seems to notice. The movements, the design, the performance, it definitely gets a giggle. But even that goes on for too long. Just could get a laugh for, what, maybe a minute? They give us 6 minutes of this one gag. And even when her cover is blown, it doesn't make sense. Her skin is ripped, revealing the alien inside, but the mouth doesn't move when she opens it. Is it supposed to be a bad effect? I mean, okay, the effects aren't great, but they're not really bad enough either to make it clear if this was intentional or not. Especially seeing how the mouth moves fine in later scenes. But whatever, at least they're actually interacting with one of the characters this time and not just blandly killing him off. Oh, spoke too soon. Oh, come on, he's a sexual deviant. If they want this death to be more fitting, shouldn't she have bitten off something that would make him more short? She makes it to the president's bedroom to try and kill him, but he's saved by Secret Service. This angers the Martians, and to be fair, they do get a few laughs here. Their suit-up machine is pretty funny, using the Washington Monument to smash Boy Scouts is great. They even bowl for the Easter Island statues. Honestly, I think this was the movie people were hoping they would get.
Yeah, but nope,
fun,
you don't
variety,
get that.
Visual humor. Pff, surely there's just Martians shooting shit again.
Yup, that's all it is, isn't it?
They shake it up a bit. Like instead of a laser killing the First Lady, a laser shoots a chandelier killing the First Lady.
Oh.
Commentary! Ooh, look! The boys who shot aliens in video games are now shooting aliens in real life. Commentary! And the pointless tycoon character who's selling hotels gets killed selling a hotel in his hotel! Mind-blowing how much this reflects us. I'd say this is textbook writing irony, but you know what? This is preschool how to potty writing irony.
This is
Saint
stupid.
Vito, for example,
I
tries
swear,
to bargain
why?
for his life by selling one of them his watch. You wanna know how much time was spent developing him? There's this.
Am I the only one shooting craps here?
This.
Hey, you're Tom Jones, right?
That's it. I like to think of him as his character from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, wandering onto the set and refusing to leave unless they wrote a part for him. That would make too much sense in a movie that makes none. And the movie promised Tom Jones, so there he is. He runs around with some of the stars, waving his arms. He apparently knows how to fly a plane.
Are you sure you can fly this?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, I guess. That's about it. Tom Jones, everybody. Christ,
Yay.
wouldn't it have been a lot funnier if he was swinging one of those laser guns or saying badass lines or really saving the day? You have Tom Jones as himself. That's such a weird cameo. Have fun with it. Here, he's just kind of here. And yeah, okay, I guess that could be kind of funny if the rest of the cast wasn't just kind of here. When a character gets killed off, it doesn't even mean anything anymore. Lucas Haas's parents get killed in their trailer home.
Okay, why?
So, Rod Steiger gets shrunken down and stepped to death. So, even President Jack Nicholson getting killed by Martians somehow isn't as cool as it should be. They never took advantage of the characters they could become based on the people they chose to play them. Look, Christopher Walken playing King Louis is a weird choice, but they have the kid run into a cowbell, they have him awkwardly sing in his goofy voice, they know what they're doing. Here, the first thought you have in your head of President Jack Nicholson or Tom Jones fighting Martians is immediately funnier than what they actually did in this movie. Oh, but they put in an eye drop of irony in every one of those deaths so that somehow makes it
Sorry for the background noise. This is what.
Every once in a while, there is a good joke. Like France thinking they made a friend, their attempts to use nukes totally backfiring, and probably my favorite line from the translator.
Don't run. We are your friends.
Scenes like that are great, and there needed to be a lot more of them. But instead, we just have a lot of running around, blasting, running around, blasting. What's happening over here? Oh yeah, running around, blasting. Maybe Jim Brown fighting them will be funny. Oh wait, this movie apparently decided it wanted to have heart, so this is now supposed to be serious. Even the waitress apparently tries to tell him not to go.
I'll draw them away now. Go. No. I said go.
That was gut-wrenching. The Martians overpower him though and leave him dead on the ground. But luckily, Lucas Haas discovers the Martian's weakness, and that seems to be Slim Whitman music. It makes their heads explode.
What's killing him? I think it must be my music.
Okay, on principle, I can't like this. Not because I like Slim Whitman, but because I like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. They did the exact same thing to kill off the threat there too. It's the world's worst love song that kills off the monstrous invasion. Except that film actually did have no budget and enjoyably bad effects. And a smart enough sense of humor so that you know it was intentionally awful. It was a satire of B-movies that was also a B-movie. I don't know if anyone knew what was going on with this, aside from stealing from other B-movies so poorly that you have no idea if it's an homage or just straight up stealing. Look, a parody can do an homage to another parody, but you gotta do something different. Doing the same joke doesn't mean you're clever, it just means you're doing the same joke. But it seems to work. All the Martians are destroyed, Parker and Bronson go down in one of their ships. Oh no, they were so funny. And Jim Brown's kids have to get used to living in a world without their dad.
Or he surprisingly lives.
Or not. Wasn't the last time we saw him dead on the ground, covered by Martians that beat the shit out of him? Now he just has 2 scratches on his arms. Got us? Whatever. Look, Tom Jones.
What the hell?
It's not unusual.
That's it?
Mars Attacks is just as random as I remember it. It's not like the worst movie or anything. There are a handful of good laughs and nice nods to Martian movies, but it feels like it has no direction. It doesn't work as sci-fi satire because there's not enough variety of jokes. It doesn't work as social commentary because the characters aren't interesting or developed enough. It doesn't even really work as a troll movie. What a funny middle finger that would be to have all these big names in a movie and all you did was shoot them and do nothing with them at all. But they're obviously trying to work in ironic or fitting ways that they die, trying to give the film meaning. The exact opposite of what a troll movie is supposed to do. I'll say this, it is fascinatingly bad. Lack of focus is usually not a good thing for a film, but for a Tim Burton movie, his lack of focus is always intriguingly strange. It's a boring mess, but it is interesting how and why it's a boring mess. So I guess that makes it interestingly boring? I don't know. It's a strange sum up, but it's a strange movie as well.
The entire time I was trying not to cringe so hard. This is basically like a try not to cringe challenge.
Remember, so you don't have to.
Okay, this film, and also sorry for the yelling in the background, that's normal, sorry. It's usually not that bad. I don't know why she was yelling, but whatever. What I thought of this film, weird. Like, I went to a Tim Burton film to expect something like that, but not to that extreme of weirdness. It was interesting, to say the least. Like, I'm wondering what their thought process was when making this film, to put it all together and put it into context. Like, why wasn't there one person to say, no, let's reshoot this scene to make it a little bit more funny than not make it funny at all and just plain out awkward. Like, most of the deaths didn't make any sense whatsoever. This felt weird. And just, you know, there. It was just all just there. Like, I didn't care about any of them. Especially when not even watching the film. I was like, okay, like, I haven't seen this film before, but I get what Doug is saying, and I don't understand why they did it in the first place. Like, why have these characters here if you're just gonna kill them off later? Like, why not do something with them? Why not make them funny, make them interesting? You know, we get lazy slapstick, this characters being there. That's really all we had. This film is just there. Like, honestly, calling it a film, I can call it a film. It's just one like, what the heck? Like, what was their thought process when making this film? I'm really interested to see what Tim Burton thought process was. Yeah, this has been Hot Testy here. What did you think of the new nostalgic? And also, sorry again for yelling in the background, so I have to deal with that. But yeah, this has been Hot Testy. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like these. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.